You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to a special Friday morning edition of the Hello Sport Podcast. A little cheeky extra for you as we all get our penises and vaginas nice and stimulated ahead of the weekend. What a way to start. Now, the WSL Finals kick off this Tuesday, 6 a.m., I believe, on your television screens. They're over in Fiji, Cloudbreak, the final. We're chatting to the Blakey brothers, Ronnie and Vaughan, who are over there living possibly the greatest life two humans can live. As they wait for it to kick off, they're waiting for swell. These two gentlemen are just over there sunning their cocks, sipping on margaritas and beers and just generally having a good time. They are jumping on today to whet the appetite of the punter and the dribbler ahead of the finals. We've got two Australians in the final, Jack Robinson, he's seeded fourth, and Molly Picklum, women's world number one. She's going for a world title. They're both going for world titles, but she's like, hot favourite at the top. They will explain how that all works. Me explaining it to you wouldn't really be very helpful, as I was basically trying to learn it as they were saying to me and learning it before they come on. I get it, but I won't waste your time, punters and dribblers. I just won't do it. Now, without further ado, please enjoy the chat with Ronnie and Vaughan, two of the greatest GOATs in the game. Enjoy. You sound absolutely fantastic, fellas. Coming through loud and clear.
We got clip mics for you, mate.
Oh, look at this professional setup.
We went all out.
Beav, what's going on here? I wouldn't expect anything less than the two premier commentators on the WSL.
Oh, now you're talking.
How is it over there, boys? What's going on? I'm loving the vibes here. The puku shell necklaces.
No, it's tense, mate. It's tense. There's world title on
Oh, right, yeah. People are ripping their hair out, believe it or not.
Well, mate, I was looked at someone on Instagram the other day where the boys were all super serious and like they're all sort of sitting away. Isn't it like there's not heaps of people where you're staying, so it's like really obvious that people are avoiding each other?
Are you going to answer this?
Yeah. No, look, there's only obviously 5 men, 5 women competing for the world title now. It's relatively close quarters. And the first couple of days, I think there was a little bit of sort of standoffishness from the fellas. But the women were pretty sociy. The women were pretty chill. And sort of since then, the kind of forecast became a little bit more apparent. They knew they weren't going to kind of be getting into it straight away. So as a result, there's been a few happy hours.
Okay.
And the vibes mellowed a little bit, but it's starting to build. There's a free surfing sesh out there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and that's the first time they'll pull on the rashies. Like they've all been given their colours. They'll be pulling on rashies. They'll be sharing the lineup, and I reckon that's when things will start getting a bit stink eye and a bit picking boogies and wipe it on the back of the other guy's rashie and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, so when you guys get over there, like, obviously you guys are on one of the great, dick sunning journeys of all time over there right now. Like, are you praying? Has it?
Yeah.
Well,
they're still white at this point,
mate. It's looking good enough compared to Sydney. But are you like when you're over there, you must be like pretty stoked that you get a lot of time to chill, like a lot of lay days before and the competition, sort of the back end.
Yeah. The greatest fear for us was that the forecast was good early in the window and they were going to wrap it up in a day and send us home. So it couldn't have worked out better. But yeah, we came in early to kind of get eyes on that last free surfing session, which was unreal. The swell was kind of pounding when we rocked up, and the level of surfing was just unbelievable.
And then do you guys get to get waves in as well?
Yeah, mate. Yep, we paddled out. Ronnie got a couple of nice backside corn drags, and I tried to rinse me dot as well, but not much luck for me because my boards didn't arrive, so I was just riding borrowed equipment, and that meant I was just fucking undergarmented on the wrong shit and just heart and mouth kind of stuff. But
meet Pony. Come on in, brother.
Hey!
Best barman in the islands.
Oh, Bula.
Yeah, brother. That's Pony, and been singing Genuine to him the whole time.
What are we drinking there?
This is a Tavi Rita, the Tavarua Margarita.
Jesus Christ, I feel like getting onto it with you.
It's got your name written all over it, Tom.
Fuck me dead. They must go down
that thing, bro?
Yeah, well, this is just a long black. I just burnt my tongue on it before we started as well, so my mouth's fucked.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
But, mate, the free surfs were pretty telling. It was awesome to see sort of who's turned up and got a good read on the reef. Like, Cloudbreak is notoriously difficult. It's a huge reef. Like, it's far out, 4 or 5 footy fields all end to end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, finding your spot out there is difficult. Knowing when the wave is going to accelerate, when it's going to stand off, when to fit your turns in, when to pull out even, on the end section if it's big. It's like you don't want to get caught inside. So watching all the surfers do their business out there has been really fun, and I think signs are good for, actually everyone's been ripping, but the Vortex Shaman has been, from an Australian point of view, he's been on fire, and world number 1, Molly Picklum, she's going in looking real sharp, man. So
he could come out with two champs.
It's gnarly, but the heavy thing is that Cloudbreak's this kind of unpredictable, sort of hard to read, perfect wave. I think it was the great South African world champ Sean Thompson said, Vaughan, about J-Bay. Look, it's an easy wave to surf, but a hard wave to surf well. And Cloudbreak's kind of the same way. It's
nicely done.
It's like a bit of a riddle. So that's what the surfers were trying to figure out in the lead up to on the tail end of that last swell. And like Vaughan said, Jack and Molly, from an Aussie perspective, look good.
Yeah.
But, man, Iago Dora, the Brazilian guy who comes into this as number 1, he looked equally as impressive. But they kind of owned the free surfing sessions, those 3.
I got a couple of dumb surfing novice questions, which may shock you. But when you're talking about like the size of the reef for Cloudbreak, and it's hard to find where the wave is and shit like that, is when the competition's on, they're all starting off from the same spot, I imagine. Like, as in, so is the competition picked on like just where? Do you understand where I'm confused by what you're saying? Like, if it's 4 football fields along the reef, how the fuck where are you finding the point to start surfing on something like that?
Yeah, well, you can kind of take a gamble on getting a wave that's half as long as someone else's if you sat halfway down the reef, and you might be able to generate an amazing score if you surf it well. But ultimately, you take off as deep as possible on the reef, and then you're maxing out all the scoring potential on that wave.
Okay, yeah, right.
But usually at the start of a championship tour heat, at any normal event, that no one has priority. The lineups, it's kind of neutral between the 2 competitors, and it's a fight to get to that inside position. And usually you see a bit of hustle and a bit of gamesmanship come into it. But here it's like the benefit of finishing higher on the seeding list in the final 5 gives you priority in that opening exchange. So in the first heat, when Italo is surfing against Jack, Jack is going to have priority because he finished 4th.
Yeah.
That's going to be taken out of the equation a little bit, but even still, those 2 have had some monumental paddle battles this year, and I think there'll still be a little bit of push and shove for that opening ride and a bit.
And how does it work with like Doga? What was his name again? The big dog who's number 1.
Oh, Iago.
Yago, sorry. Fucking here you go. Yeah, Drago. I was even looking at his name before. I was like, yeah, commit that one to memory, Tommy. That'll come up. But so how does the whole final system work? He goes all the way to the final heat, right? Like, so he doesn't have to compete in those initial 2. And then what, the other 2?
Yeah, a few years ago, this new system was implemented. I think it's been this might be the 5th year of it. And it's set up so that the best surfers in the world had to battle each other to win the world title. Because in the old accumulated point system, the best 2 surfers, just because of the way seeding works, often surf against the next worst surfer all the way to the final. So the best 2 guys might not even surf against each other that much in a year. This was more like, okay, let's make a system where number 1 is rewarded by going straight to the final heat, and then number 2 on the ratings has to surf against number 3, who has to surf against number 4, who has to surf against number 5. So it starts with 4 and 5, and then the winner of that heat goes up the tree. And Basically, mate, like it just means that you're getting heavyweight battles all the way on finals day.
Yeah.
And it has been really exciting. It's worked in the past. This year, I think, is the strongest final five they've ever had, men's and women's, because you're looking at the best surfers who did the best surfing all year. There's no sort of little sneaky cheat code to get in there. They had a full season, and everyone in the top five, men's and women's, not only won events, but put down landmark performances, like standout moments.
Yeah.
And I don't think whoever wins really is not going to be celebrated as a legit world champ. So that's pretty cool for this season.
Right.
It hasn't always worked like that.
And we had like fucked up waves this year too. Generally in a year you can have like some dud events, but every venue kind of delivered some really world-class waves. And the best of them, the best waves on the schedule this year really turned on. And the last event of the regular season, Tahiti, was like just mad.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. The pre-event waves, even like obviously the waves during the actual event were fucking huge, but the pre-event waves are so big that I was almost finding myself like almost not appreciating how big they were in competition.
Yeah. Yeah,
They were fucking humongous.
All of us are sort of a little desensitized to just the situation that these competitors put themselves into in the lead up to that final event in particular. Like you see so much madness, and even the last huge swell that hit Sydney, the performance of just the local tradies these days are just mad.
The plumbers of the great nation.
Underground like core lords like that kid Tommy Myers who rode that huge bommy wave at Queenscliff.
Didn't he then just get another one?
He's had two in the last year, and he just got sponsored by John Florence, which is pretty cool. But you see so much of that you sort of be like I said, you're sort of a little desensitized sometimes to how mad the situations are that these surfers are getting themselves into. And Tahiti, that no one was like seriously injured, it just blows your mind.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a silver lining. What Molly Picklum, she won it, hey?
She won it. Yeah,
she won it.
Huge. Yeah.
And an Aussie world number one. I know her name, and then when I went to look in there again, surfing novice, fucking doing my best. Don't fit my wetsuit. Did think about trying to wear it for the interview. Too fat for it. Never stood up on a wave. I was shocked to see that we've got that she's the current world number one. Can you give us a bit more of an insight to the punter and dribbler who's more like me, doesn't know Molly that well?
Yeah, she's a Central Coast New South Wales grit merchant. Does like burnouts in the car park in front of her house for fun on her days off. Loves doing all those Central Coast activities, but like all Central Coast surfers, mate, they are built different. Like they charge slabs. They they do it for each other. They're a real proud little sort of surfing corner. I mean, there's a lot of them around Australia, but that one in particular has had so much success the past few years. Her board riders club has won a couple of national titles, and they're just I don't know how to say it other than they're just these battlers who just know how to knuckle down and get the job done. And last year she had a fair bit of heartbreak. She made the WSL Final 5. Exact same situation as this, but further down the rankings. She got knocked out, took a real hard loss, and she's done a lot of soul searching, made a couple of big choices. She's been a child prodigy, mate, so she was in the public eye, and I think she just made the choice to sort of grow up and do it on her own terms a bit, and it's worked out so well for her. She was so consistent all year. Like I think maybe 3, possibly 4 comps. She made quarters as her worst result. And other than that, it was all like finals, semis and wins.
I think she finaled in the last 4
Yeah,
events.
she went mad. She went so mad. And she's just primed, man. I did an interview with her yesterday and she was just ready. Like ready. And she'll hold them up. Like most Sunny Coast cunts do.
Oh, Sunny Coast. Yeah, they love a stink on the Central Coast. And you're right, mate. The hallmark of the coast is throwing down and doing fucking doughies. It's a
mate.
coasty way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm excited we got a good honest coastie stock on the tour.
Yeah, mate. And it's funny because, Jack Robbo, he's almost he's like from another dimension.
He's a bit. He speaks to the fish and shit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's barely human. And, the funny thing about Jack and Molly is in that last comp, as strong as some of the opposition was, they just never looked like losing. And they've gone from one sort of South Pacific, just fucking nuclear powerhouse wave straight to another one. So they're in form, they're feeling good, and it won't matter to Jack how many times he's got to surf to win because he loves surfing like they all do.
Yes.
But if it's big and throbbing, he'll be the guy going, let me at it.
Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by our good friends at Four Pines Japanese Lager, and we are having another grand final rev-up party. We sold it out last year, so we're doing it again, 3 till 6 p.m. at the Stain Hotel, an iconic Manly venue. We will be having a rip. Ticketed event, tickets in the show notes, link to tickets in the show notes, and in the bio. You'll find it there. So 3 till 6 p.m. Ticket includes food and booze. Some notable familiar faces will be in attendance. Myself and Edward obviously will be there. But Four Pines have got 6 grand final tickets to give away. Your entry into this competition is literally just your ticket to the event. They're sending 6 of you dribblers in a big, dirty limousine out to the game and giving you tickets to go and rip and tear and enjoy yourself. So there's really no decision to be made other than to get together with your pals, get some tickets to the grand final, rev up, and we'll see you there. Go Manly. Punters and Dribblers, if you watch the About Even betting show, which you should, number one betting show in the country, you'll know that there is a close affinity for ourselves and one Katoni Staggs. We've always found him historically very difficult to bet on because when you're on him, he doesn't score, and when he does score, you're not on him. So to wrangle a Stags is one of the greatest achievements you can get. Now, I have wrangled a Stags in back-to-back weeks. That takes me up to 4 total in my career. Sebo just notched up his 5th. Eddie hasn't got a single one. Rue's got one. Either way, what I'm saying is, if you're going to wrangle a Stags this weekend, you got to do it with Neds. Neds is the only place to do it. Follow along in our profiles if you want to see if we're wrangling a Stags, and if you want to see what everyone else is up to, join the About Even group. The code is Dribbler, so get in there. Go Neds. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. And how throbbing are we, what sort of throbbery are we expecting on Tuesday when this thing kicks off?
Oh, it's going to be a throb fest. Look, Tuesday's looking really good, but the thing is, it's looking like it could be like kind of a little unorganised out at Cloudbreak, which is, about 1.5 km from the island we're on at the moment. So it's just open ocean. It's going to be a little jumbled up, but there's a wave right behind us here, just off the restaurant, aptly named Restaurants, and that's kind of been brought into the equation, and that's a really different wave. I don't think it necessarily lessens or improves the chances for anyone in particular, but...
Are you saying that they're going to be surfing that one and not Cloudbreak?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what's swell
they'll
dependent.
Wake up and see what it's doing. What's doing.
Okay, interesting.
So that's interesting. If it's pumping out front, it's going to be a really difficult call to make. But it is a mechanical wave, way more perfect, and some of that just incredible natural feel and edge that Jack Robinson possesses might be taken away from him. But if you chat to him, he doesn't care. He's ready to go either way.
He won Tahiti as well, hey, and his win knocked out Ethan?
Yes, yeah.
How did that work exactly? Was he he needed to win to get into, it wasn't like he was already in there. His win got him into the top 5.
Yeah, there was 2 guys that dropped a bunch of spots in that final event, and it was the 2 guys who hadn't had a championship tour win this season. Kanoa Igarashi and Ethan Ewing, and then Jack and Griffin, who were outside that 5. Performance-wise, their performances have probably been a little more memorable, but Griffith had a win, so he was kind of in a better position to make a bigger jump up the rankings. He finaled, Jack got the victory, and Ethan got bumped out of the 5. So, it was a staunch performance.
Staunch. What are you boys, what are you guys doing when there's fuck all going on over there? Like, I'm seeing you interviewing people with coral and just drinking.
Ew!
Oh, God damn it. I was hoping that's what it was going to be. What a life, man. What a life.
Mate, I've actually been doing, Ronnie and I have both been doing this thing called Tabby TV, which is just socials for the WSL, where you can see exactly what we've been doing. We're staying on this incredible island. Like, this resort is, it's hard to describe. It's heaven on earth. So we're just sort of showcasing what this joint's about with all the surfers. And also, like, just catching up with everyone, just trying to get some good intel on how it's all going to play out and how everyone's feeling. And it's a real trippy sort of scenario in the lead up to such a big moment, like not just in surfing but in sport. Someone's going to be a world champion, and we're dead set hanging in the pool, no shirts, just them with their incredible physiques and me with like dad bod, sharing time, just chatting, chewing fat and having a hell of a time. But one of the cool bits of intel for you, Tommy, is the goat is here, mate.
Mate, that's what I was about as my next thing. Does he just lob in whenever he feels like it?
I think it's 35 years since this film called Kelly Slater in Black and White came out. It was the film that launched him before he was a superstar. It almost made him a superstar before he'd even done anything. And it was shot here, a lot of it. And this has been his second home for most of his career. He named his son, or his son's middle name is named after the chief here, who was a full legend and always welcomed Kelly. And so he's just here, and he loves it, man. He loves this shit. He fucking can't turn his back on any sort of major moment in surfing, and why should he? Because he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Can you listen? This is probably maybe not the appropriate time, but just if you get a spare moment with him, just let him know that he's promised us maybe 8 times to come on the podcast.
Oh, man, what did he call Don Bradman?
He called him Sir Donald Beedman. He put up something in his story, and he was like, yeah, there's this guy in Australia called Sir Donald Beedman. He had like an amazing record, way better than everyone else, and then we just started just ribbing him for it. Again, like fucking 5,000 followers on Instagram. As if Kelly Slater's going to respond to you being a smart ass in like the comments of an ESPN article or some shit. And then he's like, I knew it was Sir Donald Bradman, man. I was like, oh, fuck, sorry, bro. Come on the podcast. Mate. But he said he'd come on like 10 times.
Mate,
you ever see him just go,
like if he was here, he's a mad loiterer. His wife is actually just down the beach at the moment with his son.
That'd be hilarious if we got Kelly while Eddie's in Europe. That'd be the funniest fucking thing ever. He'd kill himself.
Oh, yeah. His son, I think he took a while to actually lock in a name for his son, but because he's from Florida, they were just calling their baby Gator for a while. And he's since been given a name.
He's been given a name.
I just can't help but call him Gator every time I see him crawling around.
That's a pretty badass name.
Oh,
pretty badass.
Gator Slater, are you kidding?
Gator Slater.
It's pretty mad though, man, because what you have here, like GOAT has the most plump, swollen little goat titties just full of Fiji knowledge. And
are you just milking him for it?
Hey, they're starting to look pretty good. We've been here for a week.
Yeah, the 10 best surfers in the world are literally just puckering up and just getting on the end of that teat and just slurping away at that really yummy goat yogurt. And it is the fountain of youth, mate. If you want to surf this joint well, that's the teat you're getting. Oh, mate.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Well, mate.
Oh, my God.
Be sure to try some of it for us, mate. Let me know. I'd love to have a little suckle at some point.
We'll see if we can get on the nip ourselves and just squirt a bit in for you and Eddie.
Yeah, send it our way.
It'll be sour by the time we get home, but still worth it.
Fuck it, mate, whatever.
We'll express him.
yeah. Oh, that's a sight.
Someone's going to have a pump on the island.
Yeah, surely.
But no, he's amazing. He's like sort of just hanging around. We'll definitely work him into the broadcast at some point because, with 11 world titles and also a few world title losses, he's the ultimate person to tap in and give you just like first-hand experience of what these competitors are dealing with. He's gone into world title showdowns with multiple campaigners, contenders before. So, yeah, you can see like the other surfers. Some of the surfers really lean into it and pick his brain, but
Hey, can I use Toddler for a sec? Is he there?
Yeah, Tobler, can you hear us?
I'm here.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, what? Because you've heard he's got a good set of teats that you want
On the same path, but I was just wondering if you could look up how many teats a goat actually has, because I'm not sure if it's 4, 6, or 8.
Yeah.
And that
I'm going to bet 6. I just feel like the rule in nature is like 6, 3 aside.
Yeah.
What are we? So you got you locked in? Your answer's locked in?
A male
I think
goat might
6.
just
I'm
have
going.
one.
I think I'm going 4.
That's a great point.
They've only got 2.
Oh, what?
One udder with with 2 teats, one on each side.
So
That's
it's basically
flawed,
doing a teat shucker. Oh dear. Hey, mate,
That's good stuff.
that's just a bit of a dream come true for me to like lean on Toddler for a bit of info.
Anything you need. Usually I don't always get it right.
Yeah, no, that's right, Toblo. We'll find out after this is finished recording. That's completely wrong information. Go to 15 tits.
Love it.
Yeah, but before I let you go, fellas, a couple of things quickly. Is there so if I was a gambling man and I wanted to sort of have a little look at how do we think this thing's going to go down? Is it just Molly and Jack?
Well, look, the number 1 seeds are really hard to go past, because once those servers at the back surf their way through, if you're the challenger going up against the number 1 seed, you have to win the first heat to engage the best of 3. If the number 1 seed wins the first heat, they're the world champ.
Okay.
So
and the challengers like already surfed multiple times that day, all that.
yeah, well, they've surfed at least 1 heat before. So
Okay, but if you're coming from like Jack's position,
yeah, and it's actually only been done twice where a number 1 seed has been overtaken. And
Okay.
it happened to Carissa Moore, unfortunately, both times. Steph Gilmore surfed from 5th place to a world title a few years back, and then Caroline Marks was, I think, the number 2 seed, and she surfed her way to a world title over Carissa as well.
So Carl Drogo, he's looking like the odds on for the men, and then Molly for the gals.
Yago Dora the Explorer.
Yago Dora the Explorer, for fuck's
He's
sake.
really hard to beat. You got Tommy Whitaker, brother of Chris Whitaker. Australian rugby union. Tommy's doing some coaching. Jump on
Can't
in,
squeeze
Tommy.
in, Tommy.
Talking to?
This is
Tommy.
Tommy. Hello, sport.
Hey, sport.
G'day, Tommy. How you doing?
Tommy.
Very well. Well, look where we are.
I know, mate. You're living. Oh, you got the Shorties T-shirt on as well.
Yeah.
Representing.
You
for
got
the
it, don't
Ron
you?
So
Yeah, you gotta-
Tommy is coaching Katie Simmers. He coached Steph in her world title campaign the other year, her record-breaking world title. So for Aussie fans, he's a real danger man, because Katie's on fire, and on the men's side, he's got Griffin Colapinto. So
Okay.
bit of a gun coach right here, Tom. If you need
Main
some
man.
help, if you need
Are you
some surf
actually?
tips,
Are we
here's your
actually?
man.
So, well, this is for some more goat milk, which probably sounds confusing, given you weren't here for the conversation earlier about Vaughan
Yeah.
talking about sucking
Tommy's
on Kelly's
got milk,
tits.
but it's not goat milk.
Seedy milk.
And so, how's it all going over there? How are your 2 chargers looking ahead of the finals?
Everyone's happy days. We're just doing a bit of brain massaging this week with no waves. So we're just looking after some equipment, but mainly looking after the brain of all the athletes, keeping them happy. And we're just sinking tins, having a good time in the Arvo, boys. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
what a time to be alive! And how is it having the Blakey boys knocking around? Are they pests around the side? Or are they just getting everyone in the mood?
They're the perfect little take the edge off it combo.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you, mate. Good luck
You
for
too.
Yeah,
the
Tom.
finals.
On it, Tom.
Rip it up, brother.
Is he actually Chris Whitaker's brother?
Yeah.
He's Chris Whitaker's brother. Was on tour
Fuck
for
it.
a number of years himself. Also known as the Bronte Beer Pig.
There you go. Can I ask you just about your thoughts on Manly at the moment, just before I let you go, fellas? Are you paying attention to what's going on back here? And
We're reinvigorated after that last game.
Yeah. Still wearing the colours, obviously.
you got
and,
to, you have to.
You know, we'll never turn my back on the mighty Pride of the Peninsula. But, geez, they've put us through the ringer this year.
Yeah, they have. It's been a fucking.
There's been times where
nightmare.
I don't know, I would go as far to, cut the logo off my jersey, but definitely kicked myself in the nuts a few times.
Yeah, mate, you want to cut something off. You know,
want to cut
there's
something
certainly
off,
that feeling. You want to hurt yourself. You want to
You
feel.
do. Yeah, but I don't know. We might do something. Who knows? They're just so good when they're on.
Your typical Manly supporter, just up and down.
Just a couple of fucking legends going about their business. Like all Manly supporters.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Here. Well, boys, it's been nice to talk to you.
Oh, mate, yeah, and to the punters and the dribblers, stay tuned because it's going to be a fantastic show. A couple of Aussies in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like there has been a bit of a world title drought, particularly on the men's side. Haven't had a world champ since Mick Fanning. So that's going to be super interesting and going to need the punters and dribblers to get behind Jack Robinson.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And what time, do we know what time it kicks off? I know it's Tuesday, but is it sort of dependent on?
If it gets going, it'll be about 8 a.m.
6.
On the second, which will be 6 a.m. for you guys
Okay.
on the east coast of Oz. And, Jack's heat will roll around first up.
Hot. Fucking
It'll
nice.
be straight in. And the day goes so quick. I mean, it's, 6 and a bit hours if it's not best of 3 in that final heat. So, you know, it'll be an exhilarating 6.5 hours with heartbreak.
What's Vaughan just saying? Sorry.
Oh, he's seen a couple of beers, I think. Yeah, they got 4 pints over here too.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. 4 pints, Japanese lager. Thanks for your support. Well, boys, thanks again for coming on. It's great to chat. I wish I could be over there with you. We'll see you when you're back.
Mate, you legend.
And, yeah, go well. Go
We
Manly.
will, mate. Thanks for the chat, Tommy. Thanks,
Cheers,
everyone.
boys.
See you,
Thanks, fellas. Love
Yeah,
ya. All right, punters and dribblers, time for another good day review. Thanks to our good friends at Be Good Health / me and Eddie. This is from a gentleman by the name of Peter. These are all obviously legitimate reviews, but you can go and see them yourself at begoodhealth.com.au. Peter says, I've been very busy. I have a very busy schedule and need to be functioning at 100% for as long as possible throughout the day. I decided to give Good Day a try, and I have not been disappointed. I feel like I have more energy, stamina, probably sexual, and also sleeping better. The taste is great, and also it's an easy way of getting morning hydration before my coffee. I love it. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for your review. Appreciate it, dude. You can also leave reviews if you are enjoying your good days. BeGoodHealth.com.au is where you go to get your Be Good Health. We also do hydration, Daylight's hydration, which is a fan favourite in the office. We are constantly having to get more because these motherfuckers clear us out of the stuff. BeGoodHealth.com.au. Code DRIBBLE will get you 10% off. If you get a subscription, which is flexible to fit into your lifestyle, that's going to get you 20% off, punters and dribblers. 20% off. Make smart decisions. Get healthy, you fucks. There you go, punters and dribblers. That's it. That's the pod. Shout out to the boys for coming on. Fucking hell, they're funny. Reminder, Tuesday, probably on KO. That's where I think you can find it. WSL Finals, men's and women's. We've got the current world number 1 in the women's, Molly Picklum, going for a maiden world title. I believe it's maiden. I'm almost certain of it. In fact, it is. And then Jack Robinson. He's going for the men's world title. So there's a lot on the line, punters and dribblers. There's a lot on the line. Tuesday, 6 a.m. Make smart decisions. WSL final. I'll be up.
Could you two just not talk anymore?